Good morning, students. I hope you people are well. Today, we are going to start our new chapter, that is 2.1, the Kingdom Protestia. As you people are knowing, children, earlier this Protestia, there doesn't got any place in that classification. But as per the RH Vector classification, he had gave them a separate kingdom known as your Protestia. This one is derived from a Greek word known as protesto, which means primary. The term was coined by Ernest Haeckel in the year 1866. And children, what they had referred this particular kingdom, the garbage can or the dustbin of classification. Means children, after the division of the other kingdom, what all things are left, that all things are kept under the kingdom Protestia. Silent feature of Protestia. The first important silent feature, it is unicellular eukaryotic aquatic microorganism. Second important thing, cell structure is more complex than Monera. As compared to the Monera is totally unicellular organism. So this one is have complex structure as compared to the Monera. True nucleus may present cytoplasm. Certain characteristics of eukaryotic organism is present here. For locomotion purpose, cilia, flagella or pseudopodia. Pseudopodia children, class 10, you have seen the structure of amoeba. How it is? Somehow you have seen likewise structure. Okay. So this wavy-like structure is only a pseudopodia. As per the movement, what they will do? They will go for the movement purpose and this waves-like structure is going to be developed. Okay, children. Then, mode of nutrition, saprophytic, parasitic, holozoic as well as autotrophic. Cell may covered with cuticle. Okay. Cell wall may consist of cellulose. Then after that, children, they will cause the disease such as your dysentery, malaria, sleeping sickness, etc. After that, children, membrane or cell organelles may have the endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi body, mitochondria. Then after that, they are going to show the reproduction asexual as well as sexual method. Then after that, children, life cycle, they are zygotic meiosis or gametophytic meiosis. Okay, children. Then typical Protestia, main functions. First thing, photosynthetic Protestia may have cell wall, that is cellulose or pectocellulose. Okay, children. Sometimes it may consist of silicates, calcium or sodium. Okay. Then the cell is surrounded by a fluid known as your plasmolemma. The outer covering is cellulose wall, cuticle, cell and pellicle. Then after that, children, photosynthetic Protestia may consist of thylakoid for photosynthesis process. Cytoplasm is also present. They may be motile or they may be non-motile. It depends. Flagella may be 9 plus 2 in structure. Okay. Then it is known as your flagellates. If flagella will be there, then it is known as your flagellates. And I had shown you the structure of amoeba, that pseudopodia is there, that is also known as your false feet. See children, in the figure 2.19 and 2.20, 2.19 cellular structure of a typical uniflagellate Protestia is given, and 2.20 9 plus 2 arrangement is given. Then for locomotion purpose, children, definitely biflagella, one this tube-like structure is there, that is known as flagella. Or throughout the body, cilia will be there. As per the water current, they will move. Okay, you can see here power stroke, return stroke, how the movement is going to carry out. And by pseudopodia, as you can see here, false locomotory organ it is. So by the help of that, how the particular earthworm is walking, you have seen how the earthworm is moving from one place to another. Now it is rainy season, you can see very nicely. So in the same manner, this pseudopodia is working. Extension, then compression, then again extension, then compression. Okay, so different forms are there for pseudopodia. Round blunt which will be in amoeba, cylindrical in Euglyophia, okay, then Branzine, Elphidium, and so on. Okay, children. So 4 types of locomotion is there. One is your mucilage, wriggling. Sorry, 2 types of locomotion is there. One is your mucilage, another one is your wriggling. After that, mode of nutrition, holozoic, they will engulf directly. Photosynthetic, they will prepare by themselves. Then saprobic, that is certain digestive enzymes are present. Parasitic, disease causing will be there. Then mexicotropic, they will obtain their food in different manner, either in the form of saprophytic or in the form of your holotropic. Okay, children. Then say children, asexual reproduction, as we had seen, both types of reproduction is there, asexual and sexual. This already we had learned in the bacteria. Fission, it is of 2 types. One is your binary fission, that will be one cell is going to divide into 2 equal parts and it will form 2 daughter cells. And the multiple fission, inside the cell so many division will be take place, and an appropriate condition will come, it will burst and it will liberate the spores. Okay, children. Cyst formation during unfavorable condition, what? Outer hard covering is going to be produced, and within the hard covering so many spores will be there, tiny spores. And when they will get the favorable condition, as you can see here, how the bursting will be carried out, that bursting will be take place, and each spore is capable to form the complete, that germination is going to take place, and that complete organism is going to form after certain time duration. Next, children, by the spore formation, already you people had heard about the spore formation. Conidia we had seen, likewise spores are there. So each spore is responsible for the bursting process. Okay, children. Then what is budding? Suppose this is one particular organism, so one lateral outgrowth will be there. How the outgrowth will be carried out in the plants? So that will be budding. After growth, it will be detached out from that particular parent's body, and again it will form the complete organism, as you can see here in the figure. Then sexual reproduction, here both the male and female or both the strain, that is positive and negative strain, it will be haploid in number, and after the fusion it will become diploid in number. Let's see the life cycle of your volvox. As you can see here from figure number A we will start. That is a typical structure of volvox. As you can see here, this upper portion is your flagella for the locomotion purpose. Then after that, so many parts are given: eye spot, nucleus, cup-shaped structure, chloroplast, paranoid, this all are present. That will combine together. After that, what happens, children? The first division is going to take place, that is one cell will divide into 2. Then second division it will go for 4. Then that 4 cell will again burst out in the form of gametes. Then there will be in E figure you can see the couplation. Both isogametes means similar type of gametes will fuse together. After fusion they will go for the nucleus exchange. Then in the G case they will go for the somatogamy. Then in H case karyogamy, that is division of nucleus will take place, zygote formation is going to take place. Then again that meiotic division will be there, one cell will divide into 2, 2 will divide into 4, 4 will divide into 8, and so on. That process will be carried out. Twice that process will be carried out. That is, one cell will divide into 2 in first phase. Then that 2 will divide into 4 in the second phase. Again the bursting will be carried out. So it shows 2 type of life cycle. One is your haplontic, another one is your diplontic. In haplontic, children, both your gametes will be fused together and the shape of the cells will be similar. That's why it is known as your isogamous. And in diplontic, children, what will happen? Both the individuals are going to be separate together and it will be 2 in number. Okay, children? This is a life cycle, complete life cycle of haplontic and your diplontic. As you can see, fission is there, vegetative cells are going. Meiosis, one cell will divide into 4, and in vegetative, one separately it is given. A1 is your haplontic, B1 is your diplontic, and C1 is your diplohaplontic. In fusion, it is given together. Okay, children. Next class, we will continue classification of Protestia. If any doubt is there, see children, this last one is little bit blurred, but you can see in your textbook, this figure is given. If somebody had not purchased the textbook, then you can personally message me. I will take the snap of this particular figure and I will send you. Okay, take care. Thank you.